life has fallen victim to those eyes too many times. And the worst part is I can still see what's been erased. All of it is laid out in front of you. Turning towards it is like going back into the darkness, back into a past absolved from its reality, but still tangible enough to run a finger through the decay. That is an excerpt from a poem by Tiana Alia called The Unblinking Eye, which is our recommended author for this evening. Poet, I should say, although they do have a few very melancholic short stories. And our poetry recommendation was submitted by Darcy Evans. Thank you, Darcy. Next up, we have Terry Jantz with his review on a classic. If you had tuned in last weekend, you may remember our very esoteric discussion of the secret machinations of the subconscious mind.
It's quite the drive to get up here, isn't it?
Recommendations, and of course, a spontaneous phone interview
That's okay.
with Carl Benedict.
I'll take us home afterwards.
It was great having him on air.
Actually, do you mind if I turn the radio off for a bit? We're almost there anyways. Just keep going straight till you see the sign. I want to go over a few things with you. So, I've done these trails a couple summers now. I'm taking you on the easiest route, but it still has some difficult parts, so just let me know if it gets too hard. But it's technically not in season anymore. People come here a lot in the summer, but not really in the fall. I think it's because the bears are more active this time of year, trying to get as much food in as possible before they hibernate. Oh yeah, it's bear country. I've got spray and stuff for us. It shouldn't be an issue. I've been here many times during the fall and I've never seen a bear, so... But just so you're aware. Oh, there's the turn. And, right, there's one area to be cautious about, because it's a thinner ridge to get over, and obviously you don't want to fall off. We can climb around it, though, if you want, but that's like a completely steep incline. Like, we'll be on our hands and knees getting over it. But we can assess it when we get to that part. Oh yeah, most of these trails get intense. Even the easy one has its moments. But it should be fine enough that we don't need a whole lot of gear or anything. I wouldn't want to take you on a gear-heavy trail so soon anyways. I want it to be somewhat relaxing. Yeah, you can just park wherever. I told you no one would be here. What do you think? It gets chillier up here, huh? It's nice. So, do you have everything you need? Yeah, I'm good. I'd say it's probably 2 hours. Could be longer depending on how slow you go. It loops all the way back to over there, which is where you would come back from, and it starts right here. Are you ready? All right, then let's go. This will probably feel good after driving for so long to stretch out your legs. Thanks for wanting to do this with me, by the way. I've been meaning to get you alone in the woods. Yeah? Hey, we've been dating for over a month now. It's overdue. Oh, someone's gotten sentimental suddenly. You're so sweet. But come on. We've hardly gotten started. Sorry. I still feel kind of shy about physical affection. I'm not sure why. I'll have to think about it. So, work's been good? Me, sort of, yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot to overlook, but otherwise it's as good as it can be, I guess. Huh? Oh, you can tell me whatever. I don't mind. I'm not gonna judge you. Of course not. What's on your mind? What do you mean you've been feeling weird? I think I understand. It's kind of like when you wake up and you're still tired, so you're not sure if you're in a dream or not. It is weird, yeah. Or, no? What do you mean then? You think you feel like that all the time? I mean, that's probably not good. Do you feel it right now? Really? Even with all this cool, clean mountain air? I feel like this would perk someone right up. Have you not been sleeping well? I mean, it could be that. Or maybe it's just from the seasons shifting, like brain fog or whatever. I'm sure it'll clear up. I guess I felt like that before, but usually right before or right after bed. Especially if I've been really busy all day and I'm exhausted or had a bad night and woke up exhausted. It could be stress too. But you know what? It's stuff like that that reminds us we're alive, right? When things are less than perfect. It's important to live imperfect lives. Otherwise there's nothing to feel. You look kind of down. Has this really been bothering you a lot? It's okay. I'm sure it'll go away. It's just a weird brain moment. Don't worry too much about it, okay? Brains are weird. A good long walk will help, I'm sure. Speaking of weird brain moments, though, I think I'm getting tinnitus or something, like that ringing sound. My mom has had it for ages, and I think it might be genetic, because now it's happening to me. Luckily, I don't hear it right now. It's pretty quiet. It has to be, like, dead silent for me to hear it, but if it gets worse, then I don't know what I'm gonna... Huh? What's wrong? Oh, you hear it too? Or, wait, like, you can hear my tinnitus? What? Oh, you think there's something ringing out there, like, out in the distance? I mean, if I listen very carefully, I'm just kind of hearing my own ears ringing. You know, you probably have tinnitus then if you're hearing ringing. Did you just notice it? Oh, shit. Sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up then. I mean, I'm sure everyone hears something. No one has perfect ears. But we weren't really meant to listen to dead silence anyways. We were meant to hear the birds chirping and the leaves falling and the wind rustling and sticks cracking from predators and distant thunder and all that kind of stuff, right? It drowns out all the strange things our brain has to do, I guess. Well, I don't know, I'm just trying to be helpful. Well then, come on. Sheesh, you got kind of paranoid. Are you sure you're okay? You're not scared of the woods, are you? I probably shouldn't have mentioned the bears earlier. I think people overstate it just so folks are extra safe. Again, I have not ever seen a bear on these trails for the past 4 years I've been hiking here. Not once. I mean, it's fair to be cautious, but don't let it freak you out. Huh? Oh, so the ringing stopped then? I mean, that's good. I know I said we're alone, but obviously that doesn't mean there is zero chance that there isn't, like, glampers trekking around out here with their drones and other shit, disturbing the peace. I think someone is scared of the woods. It's just, don't be scared. I'll protect you. But for real, would you rather turn around then? I'm not gonna make you... Oh, damn, okay. Pressing forward then. Just let me know when you get tired and we can sit down a bit. That's totally fine. So, moving on from that, what else have you been up to? Anything interesting? Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that before. That's cool. Sounds like you've got things to keep yourself busy with. I'm thinking I need a more interesting hobby to do in my spare time. Well, other than hiking, I guess. Like, I've really been thinking I should, I don't know, create something? Like, to have something new to try? I don't know. It gets a bit tiring to do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, like with work. I just want to have more time to be creative. Which I know I have time, it's just... I feel so preoccupied with all the loose ends. Nothing is ever really truly complete. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what I'm going on about. I feel many things that I don't know how to express sometimes. It's better to be in denial, I think. Well, I mean, like, denial is a part of staying grounded in bad situations. And unfortunately, being alive is a bad situation to be in. Sorry, I shouldn't talk like that. I get carried away sometimes. You know, when we first started seeing each other, I told you to be prepared for my bullshit. No, we don't need to talk about it. No, don't worry. I'm crazy enough to say a bunch of cryptic shit, but not enough to drag you down here with me. Honestly, I just like how uncomplicated you are. It reminds me to calm down and worry less. Also, I should probably stop listening to crackhead radio shows about the secrets of the universe and whatever else. That might help. Yeah, I heard that too. I'm not sure. Oh, wait. Duh, I'm dumb. They've been reintroducing an endangered species of bird here this past summer. It might be that. An unfamiliar, yet should be familiar bird sound, I suppose. Black-pole warbler, I think it was. That's actually kind of cool, though, if that's what that was. Hey, remember what I said about getting you alone in the woods? Well, I hope you can run! Oh, fuck! When did you get so fucking fast? Oh. I don't run enough. Shit. Oh yeah, this part up here is real nice. Look here. It's all ferns along here. And then this is a log, but it's totally swallowed up by moss. So cool. And these rocks too, that's everywhere. You know how moss works? Oh, it's so cool. It breaks down the rocks with the water it retains when it freezes. And also by the action of secreted chemicals. And on logs and dead wood too. They delay the water loss, which helps grow the organisms responsible for decay. But it doesn't harm the living trees. It actually helps them. It does a bit of both. It decays what's already dead, but then also creates an ideal environment for life. I fucking love moss so much. It's my favorite thing to poke around for when I'm out in the woods. It makes me want to start another terrarium, but I already have so many. I'm nerding out though. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. I want to see if I can find any mushrooms. And if I can unearth them and then transfer them to the log. We can come back here and see if it takes and starts growing over the log too. Provided I can quickly find any. Do you see any over there? No. Yeah.
I can't find any over here.
No, that sucks. Huh? What's up? What happened? Okay. Are you sure you're not getting enough sleep? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you're hearing stuff that is freaking you out, then... well, what do you want to do? We can go back. Yeah, that's fine. No, it's okay. Really, it is. Something's off today. Maybe we can try this again another time. But maybe you should consider seeing a doctor if you're having auditory hallucinations. Well, I don't know. It seems like that to me, based on what you're saying. 'Cause I'm not really hearing it. I don't think so anyways. I feel like I'd notice if my voice changed. Hey, it's alright. It's gonna be okay. I gotta show you all the cool moss at least. We can eat some snacks and then head home. But we'll be home earlier than I thought, so depending on how you're feeling, maybe we can find something to do on the way back. Maybe there's a restaurant we can stop at, or that one place we drove through. I saw like a mall. Oh, I don't remember what it was called. I'll point it out when we get close. I think I remember. What the fuck? Are you... Fuck, I'm guessing you noticed that. So the birds went quiet. No, that's not really a great sign, but that doesn't have to mean we're in trouble. Hawks. Hawks do that. Oh, there it is. What did I tell you? I know my forest shit. We are so... Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. So the path is gone. Hold on. There's... This can be rationalized. Just, hold on, let me think. No, you're right. There were no forks in the path. So that is not helpful. No, I'm not weirdly calm. I'm thinking. Let me think. What? What are you... Oh. That tree is upside down. Oh, man. Whew, that's, that's fucking great. That's just fucking great. Would you believe that a tornado did it? Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, what am I doing? It's fucking over. It's over. Let's start this over from the beginning. I am so sorry. I really am. I've been at this for so long. And this was one of my better ones, too. It's such a shame. Well, welcome back. Yeah, I think it would be worth going over this again with you. Usually I just place you right back in when this happens, but maybe I need that change of pace again. But I am so sorry. This always freaks you out. It's my fault. I keep messing these things up. So I suppose we start from the beginning. So you are the relic of someone who should be dead, but isn't, because I decided a long time ago that you should be plucked out of your existence to be preserved. Yeah, I don't have a much better way to start. I am a collector of sorts, of the extinguished. You might want to look around where you are. It's not Earth. It hasn't been in a long time. I understand that you're upset, but please don't be frightened. I'm not going to hurt you. I guess I'll get out of this daydream too.
I know it's disturbing for you. But please don't be scared. Please. It doesn't change anything. No, it's okay. It's alright. Everything is okay. You can feel what you need to feel, but I can help you to understand if you'll let me. Alright? Do you remember me? Perhaps vaguely? I don't let it slip away completely. It's harder when I don't let you at least dream about me and this place. It has to hold on to something. No, you are alive. In a very loose sense, you are. If you had remained in your timeline, you wouldn't be. And no, this isn't Earth, like I had said. This is a place where I keep my collections. You are one out of a countless amount of memories. And I keep you for safekeeping. For the sake of preservation of one of the human species. Earth is gone. Yeah. Well, if you'd like an exact number, it's been approximately 5,036,018,412 years and 289 days since your sun became a red dwarf, which is what killed it. But humanity was gone far, far before that event. The sun is soon to become a white dwarf, depending on your definition of soon. But there is no life anymore. There is life amongst other planets, but I have no interest in depositing you there. It's not alive in a sense that would be comforting or helpful or functional for you. And before you even start, it's unfortunately not worth arguing over. I've already heard all your arguments, an unfathomable amount of them at this point. And every time I've told you, it's not happening. I'm sorry to be so harsh, but I'd rather say it now than have to shut you down later. No, I cannot take you back to where you were in the timeline. Because it's gone. The past isn't real. Once it happened, it's gone. It never existed. It can have an impact, and you can remember it, but you can't go back to it. And where we are now, we don't even exist within it. All I can do is make something up for you to keep your mind satiated. Well, that's the part I want to preserve the most. That's the part I care about. Too many things disappear faster than I can catch them. I took you maybe too far from when it would be acceptable. But it had to be done. I might have blinked it all away if I hadn't. I'd ask you if you understand, but I know you can't. Well, you can still call me Esme if you want, like you did before, when we were, I guess, dating. Or you can call me Tianalia, which is my new preferred name of choice. I wanted something that sounded reminiscent of human language. I won't lie, it's more catered for your usage than anything else. It's one of my more simpler names. As the universe dies, I'm finding pleasure in simplicity. I've given you many disillusions that were quite grandiose in the beginning, for the fun of it. Because if we can dream it, then why not do it? But those have a habit of falling apart the hardest. Much like how a dream can become a nightmare. But mimicking your old life, letting you subconsciously construct alongside me from memory, has been the most fruitful and convincing way of keeping your mind occupied. And letting myself play a part helps me monitor it more closely. I don't know how it fell apart this time. Truth always echoes back in, no matter how good of a lie I can weave. You really cannot fathom how many times I've done this with you. Your loss for words isn't new, I'm sorry to say. I already know how you feel about it. I know it's not fun to relearn that you've been subjected to delusion after delusion after delusion after delusion. I don't want you to go insane. Distracting you is the only thing to keep you safe from the reality, in which there is no reality. You're leaving? Where do you think you're gonna go? Okay, well, see you soon. Welcome back. It's alright, come here. 99% of this planet is not physically here. This is a metaphysical space. Most of what I collect cannot even exist physically. It's hard to even really describe what you are anymore. Would it be easier if I told you this was death? I suppose it could be. Here, why don't you just sit down for a moment and just let the dust settle. I can't really explain what I am. I know humanity had stories of angels, stories of gods and their offspring, stories of demons and devils, aliens, and other unexplained entities from unperceivable dimensions. Dreams and beliefs of idyllic and terrifying eyes on Earth. I don't belong to any of it. I wasn't there to cause it, and I didn't come to earn it. And I didn't stay to finish it. It just was. I promise all I do with you is make fantasies. Something to endure. Imagining myself as your girlfriend was a more recent experiment, depending on how you define recent. I don't mind it. It was enjoyable. It still is. I know you don't want to keep enduring fantasies over and over again. You've made that clear in the past. I'm sure my role in them is not exactly comforting either. At first, I preferred to just overlook. Now I can't really extend any guilt towards participating. It doesn't matter. I've told you this before, but I'll tell you again. The first time I had you engage in fantasy, it was the best one. I just completed your perceived sense of life. Went through all the motions. Continued from where you left off as best as I could make it so. You grew old, and then died. Or believed you did. And so I tried it again. It didn't go as well. And again, even less so. Tried a different life for you, and that worked well. So I kept changing it up more and more. Luckily for you, one day in a dream is not the same as how you remember a day being. I can stretch it out, so we aren't doing this billions of times. But it has been quite a few times now. Playing your girlfriend has been the most successful and interesting thing for me to do. But it always feels like the biggest betrayal when it fails. It's like being a ghost, in love with another ghost, only to find out they're the one who killed you. At least that's how you've described it to me a long time ago. And I understand that, I think. But not enough to stop, I guess. I told you I can't stop. You shouldn't even be a witness to this place, and to what I actually am. It's deteriorating for you. But it feels necessary sometimes. For the sake of transparency, I do want to remind you of the truth. But at the same time, who you are right now is contingent on a memory of a memory of a memory. It's so fragile. And then there really will be nothing left of humanity. I do care. And I do, because it occurred to me the erasure of all things was permanent. When the universe is gone, it's not coming back. And I'll be here. And for as divine as I know I must seem to you, I don't understand why I'm here to overlook everything. Why I'm subjected to it. I don't know who put me here. I don't recall ever arriving. I'm worried about my own forever. I feel like at the very least, I must be responsible for maintaining eternity, and that it shouldn't be empty. Maybe it will become more clear to me on what to do when we get there, and I have enough fragments to do something with. I don't know. This is good, though. This moment right now is really good. Because this is something new for me. It's the first time you've been this receptive to what I have to say. Usually you're angry and argumentative, or quiet and withdrawn and staying as far away as possible. And you're actually listening to me this time. But, yeah, you're trapped with something who knows a whole lot more than you do, but not enough. It's vaster than vast. Everything that's out there, every dimension, every timeline, every metaphysical plane, it's so much bigger than could ever be proven to you. And I keep blinking through it. If your time felt short to you, so does mine. So that's it. That's the truth. Since we're on the subject, though, I just want to say you make a really great partner. You only remember dating me for 1.5 months, but it's been closer to 500,000 years. And all the times I've been pretending to be your girlfriend has been close to 400 million. And I've been enjoying it. It's a nice break from everything else I deal with. It's the only thing that feels slow. Like I can really disappear into it, too. Maybe that's why the girlfriend thing has been working so well as a fantasy. I'm pretty invested in it. I was really excited for that hiking trip. You know, I did have mushrooms placed there for the moss on the log, but I thought maybe that was too lucky for real life. Decided against it. I keep making last-minute decisions as the fantasy is happening. But maybe I should have kept that in. It would have given the forest setting some new history, point of continuity. You'd think I'd be better at this. Yeah, you are a good partner. Considering you make your own choices within what I built for you to exist in, your sense of morality is still so intact. You're kind and considerate and patient. You've remained consistent in that all this time. I've never felt like I've had to stop the fantasy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I appreciate that. What? Oh, well, technically, in a way, you do have memories of all the past experiences you've had with me being your girlfriend. But they've been buried into dreams, over and over. I could probably make you remember, but can you imagine what it would feel like for you to remember over 400 million years worth of memories? Maybe leave the endless remembering to me. What's that? That's a new question. Huh. Well, do you think I'm in love with you? I mean, out of principle, I should say no. Because what you're thinking of, well, it's not the same thing. What I feel about you is difficult. It's a plethora of things that I can't speak into words. But maybe it is kind of like love. But not one you know. No, I don't think you do. I mean, for one thing, there's an aspect of selfishness and an obligation to control. Love that is so disturbing that it cannot perceive the cage it creates. all-encompassing in a way that cannot be escaped. An eye so fixated it dares not blink. I'm struggling to explain this to you, to be fair. I'd have to show you things that would ruin you. I'm not in love with you, but I love in you. I mean, right now would be a perfect example. I've told you this many, many, many times, and I still like doing it. And sometimes you've been angry, and you've said hurtful things, but that's okay. I've hurt you too. Well, not just because I plucked you from your timeline, which is the worst thing I've done, but because in the fantasies, I have to create dissonance. It can't be too perfect. Anytime you've had a bruise, a cut, an injury, an illness, a death, I had to hurt you to do that. Sure, that's true. I guess I'm hurting you right now. I'm tormenting you. If it's any consolation, I'm tormented too. I don't understand my nature any more than you do. I told you, I don't know who made me, or why, or how I could ever find out. I certainly didn't make you, or any of this. If it was up to me, you'd still be on Earth with your yellow dwarf son. Although I guess I already do that, don't I? The problem with me, though, is that I just can't make it real. I just don't know how. And I don't know why I feel the way I do. If it was my choice or not. Do you hate me? Just answer it. Do you hate me? Because I want to know. Really? Are you lying? Well, because that would be the first time you've said no. Oh, I love it. I love first times. Thank you. You're wrong, but thank you. You are wrong. You know when I said earlier that I'm nothing like the depictions of otherworldly beings humans came up with? Well, sometimes I like to pretend I'm more like some kind of angel, yet to receive orders. But I'm probably more like a demon, cut off from where I'm supposed to be, left frantic and confused over numerous universes that keep slipping away from me. Maybe I'm evil. Maybe I'm being punished. Maybe we're both being punished. But still, something's changed. Something's different about this moment, isn't it? You changed. I feel like I have too. Anyways. What's your takeaway from all of this? Well, I like knowing. I've got your usual script already, but I like to know if it's word for word, as per usual. Not the same script. Something is different about this moment. You feel differently about things this time. That's interesting. The most important aspect of eternity is when things change. Like, is it possible for me to be in love? In that way? The way you saw it? I wouldn't think so. I mean, I don't think I could even identify those feelings on my own anyways. Well, there's time to figure it out, huh? What are you doing? You are exhibiting strange behavior this time around. What happened? What are you thinking? No, I wouldn't recommend touching me. Every time I've had to touch you, physically, you scream. You scream all the way into the back of your mind where I construct your world. And settling you down from it is not easy, and it hurts. Well, it hurts me. It makes me sad, I guess. Or something like that. I'm telling you, don't do this. Well, no, actually, you've never tried to touch me before. Very rarely I've had to hold on to you physically, but I try not to do it, of course. This is strange behavior from you. It's worrying. Why do you want to? Oh, that's true. You haven't touched something real in a very long time. Very, very long time. But I'm a little too real. I don't think we were meant to touch. Our physicality is so immeasurably different. All right. For the sake of doing new things, then. Go ahead if you must. Wow. This is very unusual for me. I feel the way I feel when I'm occupying your mind, without actually being in it. But you're not screaming. Are you okay? Yeah? How do you feel? Huh. That's a huge relief. I wouldn't look at what you're doing. Oh boy. Yeah, I know. It looks like your hand is going through my hand, but also I know that it feels like you're holding 100,000 completely different disembodied hands within. And it also feels like your veins have fused into mine, if I had veins. But for the sake of your own mind, you're imagining me with them. But then those veins fuse into more and more invisible strings that don't seem to go anywhere that you can comprehend. And even after all that, it feels like your hand's a million miles away from you, even though it's right in front of you. And if that wasn't enough, it also feels as though you have 100,000 fingers waiting inside of yours that expand and contract. Does that all sound correct? Yeah. No, that's as close as it could be described. I'm differently dimensional to you. You're physically holding my hand even though you also physically cannot. But you're not screaming, so that's great. But you should let go now. Oh, come on. me help you. You can't do this for too long. I'm already causing you too much mental anguish as it is. Let go. Are you alright? Yeah? You sure? Okay, I just need to make sure. How's your hand? Was that real enough for you? I'm glad you tried that. I really do like talking to you. Just so you know, I really do. But maybe I should stop trying to date you in your dreams. Maybe this is the point where I stop. Oh. Okay. Then I guess I'll keep doing it. If that's what you want, then. Huh. Strange behavior. But, alright. Don't tempt me into keeping you here longer than I already have. That defeats the whole point. Well, I have to send you back. Start again. I want a do-over of the last illusion. I have to. You know I have to. Hey, listen. All of this, everything you just learned, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. To you, this could be just a dream, too. It doesn't have to be a reality. It hardly is anyways. We're gonna go back and start over our little hiking date. And hopefully it continues properly. And all of this is so inconsequential to you in the grand scheme of things. I just want you to live. Is that okay? Can you accept that? I just want you to continue on living through what I can construct for you. You won't have to dwell on what's outside of that until we meet again, which I'm sure will happen. Don't worry. But it doesn't matter. It shouldn't. What should matter the most to you is that you feel like you're alive. Come with me. I'll walk you through it. I have to reevaluate this fantasy a bit. I can see what I want to tweak already. As we move forward, you're gonna find yourself walking back into where we left off. Or maybe back in the car again. Just so there isn't a lapse in your memory. But yeah, just keep walking with me. It's okay. It's gonna feel like, well, it's not gonna hurt. Don't worry. But I guess it will feel like a painting. As if a blur of color assembles itself into something recognizable. And your consciousness will float into place from here to there. So it's like here never happened. Or hardly happened. But you'll be back there soon. I do love that crisp mountain air, though. I know it's not real, but it's as real as you believe it is. And that's as real as anything ever was. As far as we know, everything has the potential to disappear when we blink our eyes. So much life has fallen victim to those eyes too many times. And the worst part is I can still see what's been erased. All of it is laid out in front of you.
Turning towards it is like going back into the darkness, back into a past absolved from its reality, but still tangible enough to run a finger through the decay. That is an excerpt from a poem by Tiana Alia called The Unblinking Eye, which is our recommended author for this evening. Poet, I should say. Although music. If you had tuned in last weekend, you may remember our very esoteric discussion of the secret machinations of the subconscious mind.
It's quite the drive to get up here, isn't it?
And of course, a spontaneous phone interview with
That's
Carl
okay.
Benedict.
I'll take us home afterwards.
It was great having him on air again.
Actually, do you mind if I turn the radio off for a bit? We're almost there anyways. Just keep going straight till you see the sign. I want to go over a few things with you. So, I've done these trails a couple summers now. I'm taking you on the easiest route, but it still has some difficult parts, so just let me know if it gets too hard. But it's technically not in season anymore. People come here a lot in the summer, but not really in the fall. I think it's because of the bears. I see you did your research. But I've got spray and stuff for us, so it shouldn't be an issue. For all the times I've been here, I've never seen a bear, so... But just so you're aware. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's the turn. Good eye. Yeah, it's usually a blink and you miss it kind of thing. How are you feeling, by the way? I know that's kind of random, but I don't know. You seem different. Should I be worried? Okay. This is a long road, but we should be there, I think, in 10 minutes or so. Hey, thank you, by the way. For everything. And for taking me out here. It's one of my favorite places. I just know you're gonna love it. That's all, though. That's all I wanted to say. Let's see if any one of these derelict mountain stations have any music for once. I'm tired of listening to book reviews.
This is the Weather Channel. This is your best source for weather information around the nation and around the world. This is the Weather Channel. Every day on Sun Air, the #1 way to fly Florida.